Welcome back to During Business Hours. My name's Christopher. This is my man Eric. How you doing today? Today we got some Reddit reaction videos. You may not know, you may not seen the podcast, but recently I was hit on a flight. You know, felt good about myself. Interesting enough, but I definitely don't want to be in my life ever this man.
Hi. Hi. What's going down?
Having dinner.
What's going on?
Having dinner.
Who are you with?
I'm a friend.
Cool. It's crazy, right? What? A work friend? Or,
Yes, I'm a friend.
okay, well, I'm his wife. So, what kind of friend are you?
We work together.
You know our kids tonight? We were planning on having you over tonight. You guys are back at the Bel Air. 3 hours for the
It's the face that Rogue makes. The reverse pursed lips.
Oh!
Don't be having on the like innocent until proven guilty. Like
Don't cheat on your wife.
Don't you? No, but like,
Leave your wife. If it's that bad and you're that unhappy,
man, this conversation you gotta have.
you got to have. I'm in a very happy and committed relationship. If I was unhappy and not committed, sorry, not coming home. We'll work out, whatever. Like, hey, I need space. Great. Then you got that freedom. It's one phone call. It's a hard phone call. You either want connection elsewhere, or you're going to man the fuck up and take care of what you need to take care of. That's it. There's
But
your two
also,
options.
if this is a work friend dinner, why didn't you tell your wife? Why isn't she hopping up and being like, "I'm Rebecca. You know, I've talked to Mike here about fucking. Oh, you're so
fucking-
sick." About
fucking,
like we've
man.
talked about you before. I always wanted to like. Where's the?
Oh, hi. We were looking over those perspectives in the back of my Honda
even-
behind Bel Air for 3 hours.
No secret dinners.
To assist police. Do you know the rest?
No, you can't have my phone. You can look, but I cannot have my phone. Hey, get back.
Excuse me.
What the hell wrong with you? What the hell? We're going to take it as evidence right now. What's wrong with you? I didn't do shit. Yeah, you did. You took my phone. Because that's my personal property. That's my personal property. Well, that's the evidence.
So he had a video of something that happened, and they're just snatching his phone.
Man comes to assist the police. Oh, that's a lawsuit for sure. I don't know what else you would do. I wanted an M3 for years, Model 3. Rewarded myself for finishing my PhD and getting my first real job. So the problem is, how is he going to pay for his fucking car?
With his crushing student debt that won't be forgiven
Oh
for a
no,
while.
yeah, but they gave him 10 grand. So that's 1/8 of the car. There's a lot of gambling. I did not sign up for this. Big win, 1,000.
You clicked on it for interest, and then they put you on a
Oh
bunch
no
of
way!
lists.
They arrested a kid.
Yeah. The desert.
Come over here, honey. It's not gonna hurt.
Arrested a 6-year-old? What'd she do?
Zip ties.
They don't got baby cuffs. Gotta be zip ties.
Let's go. Your grandma, you can tell me what happened in the car, okay?
Kicking and punching members at her school. Staff members. So she was angry. She's a 6-year-old, first grade.
Yeah.
You don't want to?
No, please.
You have to.
No, please. Give me a second.
You gotta hurry.
The parents are just letting the helpless is a scared straight because they're just letting this girl get snatched up here.
No. Please. Please.
Yeah, the officer was fired after the arrest. There's no.
Okay.
Please let me go. No.
I hope this motherfucker doesn't have kids.
Okay.
Please.
Give me
No.
a second. Appreciate it.
That roided cunt needs to be. He needs a vasectomy. If he doesn't have kids already, his kids need to be pulled from him for safety. There is no way a parent, any parent, I don't care if you're fucking Jeffrey Dahmer, there is no way that you are going to see a 6-year-old's outburst of punching or kicking or even hitting, unless it's with a knife, like intent.
Well, there's a difference between like a kid knocks you down and kicks you in the head and a kid punching and beating on your leg or something, you know?
Yeah, like if my daughter threw a fit and threw this at me, that's a heavy alkaline water bottle, threw this at me, she'd get sit time. But here's the difference. A kid being told with authority, not by some staff or people they don't know, they're not familiar with. Authority knows, hey, now I'm in trouble. They need a little authority. You know, maybe there's not a father in the home. We don't know the situation. That is fucking disgusting.
If it was like I was saying, one of the scared straight things, it needs to be a comment and be like, next time we're going to get you, a little girl.
If the girl was sitting in the car like, hey, we're going to wait for your parents, you know, you could go to jail, give her a life lesson.
Was that them just grabbing her from the office? I didn't even think of that. That's why no one stopped it. Holy shit.
They just arrested her from the office. A 6-year-old.
Hey, your kid's in trouble.
My
Come to the
child
office. Oh,
is 6.
the police grabbed her. Oh my
Khaleesi
God.
is 6. If Khaleesi got dragged and I got a call from the police station instead,
Yeah.
because the school called the police instead of me, maybe they didn't get a hold
Have
of
the
me.
police show up and wait for you. Have the, like,
There's people that should be on staff to handle this.
yeah.
When was this?
She's also 6. Can
8
y'all
hours
not
ago.
lock her in a bathroom or
Posted 19 hours ago.
catch her?
I'm not sure when this happened. Let's look at the comments here. There's more to this shitty story. Police said the school counselor called in Baker act on the kid, so the mother couldn't see or pick up the kid for 2 days. What? Police report said school counselor called in a Baker act on the kid, so the mother couldn't see or pick up the kid for 2 days. Police report proved to be incorrect. It was a third-party social worker that called in the Baker Act. So that's a form of law I'm not familiar with.
This guy arrested a 6-year-old boy. This is from 2020. He has a history of arresting children.
Are they African-American children?
I can't get confirmation on the first child.
So it says, when I went to see her, she was so drugged up she couldn't even recognize me. She didn't know who I was. She had on a diaper. My daughter is fully potty trained, Falk said. She kept saying, Mommy, I want to go home. The hospital said she was uncontrollable. Of course, she is 6 years old. The child has issues with behavior because the mother is not present. I do not blame the mother. Mother may be going through something. There are many people. If I had a child when I was on drugs, I wouldn't have been able to take care of the child. My habit was too strong to any emotional. But this, it says, when it went public, the police released their video of the girl entering the hospital and released various statements saying the investigation themselves and they did nothing wrong. That girl was never cuffed. She was happy and cheery the whole time. They blamed it on the school. District officials said that the sheriff's office denied the child was handcuffed when the child was in the care of the school. The child was not handcuffed, Rick said. The child was not handcuffed upon entering the police car. In the police video, I do see her acting how they said. I don't see how they're acting how she said. She's been acting actually very pleasant. A female sheriff's officer said to the male colleague, the Times Union requested the names of the responding officers in the sheriff's office. The male officer agreed, saying, you poked the bear one too many times and it's going to scratch you. The female officers added that she thinks the 6-year-old's outbursts were in reaction to the school's personnel pushing her buttons. She continued, because they said this is the 4th out of 5 days she's been acting like this. Well, I think there is a effing problem. Might be y'all. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with her. Then that's good. Then the good news months later. The arresting resource officer was fired. It turned out he has done this with kids as young as 7, and he's thought the girl was 8. And when he found out she was actually 6, he was excited to breaking his records. All charges were dropped against the girl, 7-year-old and the 7-year-old previously mentioned. Finally, 2 years later, Lawmaker honors girl arrested in Orlando charter schools after passage of law named after her. There's a law named after this girl now? What's the law?
To bar the arrests of children under the age of 12.
Is there a fucking law in California? Now I'm scared. How did I never see this? How did I never hear about this?
Like, they could still detain your child for you to
I
get
got
there, but they
detained.
can't arrest your child.
When I was 13, I went to school and was going to buy a BB gun from somebody, but it was supposed to be after school. Like, hey, you go home, bring it to me at school. We had talked about it on text messages. This is 2003. And so the kid brought it to school, and I was like, I'm not holding on to this. I told him I'm not handling it. This is a school. I knew of Columbine. So he gets caught because he flashed it in the hallway to somebody and then tells the school that I bought it and brought it to him. I'm like, no, I told him I'd buy it after school. I got taken into the office. The fun part was I had drugs on me. I had weed. They were wrapped up in my hat and my backpack when the police officers came to get me. The cops smelt the weed. Well, listen to this. They searched my bag. I'm like, can I grab my grandpa's hat? I'd never done so. If the cops caught me on this, my life would be different now. I guarantee my life would be on a different path because it taught me there's ways to get out of so many opportunities. So I grabbed the hat sneakily, dropped the weed on the ground into my shoe and put my hat on. It was the smoothest left side, right side, cop here, cop looking that way. Dropped it, boom, shoe, instantly. They searched me previous to that, had me take the soles out of the shoes. So I go down and I tighten my shoes because I had taken them off earlier. When the third cop says, hey, you smell like weed, because I'd already broken the seal, I think, of my shoe, and I'm hearing cracking every time I feel it. I'm walking. So I go and walk, and we accost the guy who's in the other office about how, I'm like, this isn't my BB gun. Why are you telling people that you bought this from me, or you bought this from me? And it turns out that he was super gluing porn, because it was his last week in school, all over the school. And he got caught with the glue, the porn, the scissors, all of it. And he was just trying to get out of it because he was being transferred anyway out of state.
Yeah.
So my story lined up, his didn't. But the third cop was like, hey, let's search him again. So they had me go in the back office, drop my pants, do the whole around the thing, boxers, like feel around. But my shoes were so tight. He was like, no, I've already checked his shoes, soles, everything.
What's he going to do? Stuff something in his shoe?
Yeah, dude, because if I got caught, it would have been arrest or expulsion, whatever. And that was freshman year.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have done anything after that. Wouldn't have had the emotional, nothing. That was one of those key moments in life where it changed. So, fun times. But is there a law in California?
Most states are ages 10 and under can't be arrested. California is 12, along with a couple other states. New Hampshire is 13, which is the highest of anything. And Florida added their new law to be no child younger than 7. They're at the lowest. And then 8 for Washington. But a lot of these have a stipulation that if the child murders someone, like certain thing, you're not getting out of this. A kid murders someone, not manslaughter, got in a car, ran him over, fucking stabs dude, kills him.
My children know my 6-year-old knows the importance of knife safety and gun safety. And I have shown Khaleesi why she is not to handle or touch weapons in any way that are not of use to her.
Because we talked about she wanted a little pop gun, she wanted a knife or something, and you were like, safety first.
I got her the training knife.
Yeah, you need to learn.
We sharpen the training knife every once in a while, and it gets sharper and sharper and sharper to where you can cut your finger now. But she keeps it in a safe space away from her brother. She only uses it when she needs to open something. She's like, Daddy, can I get my knife? Daddy, can I? So she has a appreciation for it. She never grabs it. She knows cut away, the whole 9. But she takes care of that. So when it comes to the weapon, she's helped me break down my pistol before. So not loaded, safe. Here's the safety, all a ways away. Never pointed something, the whole 9. But boy, if a kid is having that much that many problems, and then they have access to weapons, it's only a gradual, they will only get worse if it is not corrected.
Well, it's the kids who don't understand the severity or the reality of that.
And they're not going to be able to process hurting somebody in that way.
They just know it can hurt someone and they want to hurt someone. They don't know the ramifications or the responsible use of these tools.
They just want to feel better. They want the outburst, you know? This is so off track. Sorry, I didn't expect to find that video. Man gets arrested for asking questions about parking. Oh, I love cop videos.
Public freaking.
Well, yeah, I'm having difficulty with the parking.
What do you mean with the parking?
Where's the sections for the 2 hours? Because I'm a little confused. I was going to choose some spots around the library. I want to go to the library, but there's these 2 hour parking spots. And does anybody ever have problems with parking around here?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I feel very unique in that matter because I'm really
I'm really confused.
Can you direct me to the person I need to talk to about the parking situation?
Well, if you have a problem with the parking situation,
Yeah, because I don't know. 'Cause I'm parked right in front of City Hall.
I can tell you.
Is that a problem with the 2 hour parking in front of City Hall?
I don't know where you keep coming up with this 2 hour parking.
I saw 2 signs. Dude, you need me to show you a picture of that?
No.
Or you guys are just here for me?
Yeah, we're here for you.
Okay, all right.
Once you have a seat right here,
Seats.
He's a weirdo, but he's just talking.
talk to them in the back and find out what's going on.
All right.
Call the cops
What's
on?
the deal?
We're just trying to figure
called
out what
security.
your concern is.
My side is I'm interested in finding a good parking spot.
Okay. There's 2 lots right here if you're looking for on-square.
Yeah, and if we could walk out there, I mean, I'll show you where I'm parked.
But where were you parked?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Just show me right here.
Am I being detained for a crime?
We're trying to figure out what's
Well,
going
then it'd probably be easier to point from the closer area to this parking where I'm at and where I can park outside. You guys prefer to talk inside?
Yeah, it's cold outside.
Oh, it's because well, that's reasonable.
We're not sure what your concern is. What
This is a 2 hour parking. I'll get a ticket for 2 hour parking. You know what?
Get a ticket for 2 hour parking.
Okay, so I guess I didn't ask the question directly. Will I get a ticket for parking longer than 2 hours? The answer is no. Okay, well then that settles it.
All right. Do you have your
What-
driver's license on your
What's
driver's license?
what is it?
So I can identify you. Make sure you don't have any warrants.
Well, I mean, first we have to establish a crime.
No, I don't.
Right.
You are failing to identify yourself to me and not give me your ID.
Yeah.
I will take you to jail.
What state
Oh,
is
you
this?
wanna charge me with a crime?
If you don't identify yourself,
We want to identify you.
Well, I don't.
Where's your
I'm sorry, but I have to enforce my Fourth Amendment rights. So
Well,
I don't understand.
you have the right to
If you
identify
think
yourself to me.
if you
so
think
where's your ID?
if you think your prosecutor's gonna back you up on that, they want to follow through on this charge. We'll see how those arguments go. They tend not to go too well in your favor.
Okay.
Just doing this.
Well,
What, a charge of what?
Do you not want to give me your driver's license?
Well, do you want to give me your driver's license?
I don't have to give you my driver's license.
Well, okay.
The reason we're asking for your ID is because a crime has been committed. We're not
Oh.
trying to charge you with one.
This is a contact thing. I was just asking about parking. This would be laughed out of court, Harris. But if you want to follow through,
Yeah. Are you failing to give me your ID?
are you failing to give me your
Are you
ID?
failing to give me your ID?
Okay, I'm willing to
Face the
exchange
wall. Face
IDs.
the wall.
All right.
Put your phone down.
All right.
Put your phone down.
So he was arrested. This is from 16 hours ago.
But where's the? You look approximately like a criminal we're looking for. May we please see your ID? Or
This happened in 2021. Charges were dismissed. Northwest info. What is that? It's
Bethany City
Illinois?
Hall.
Missouri. He had a 24-hour investigative hold at the Harrison County County Detention Center and is charged with disturbing the peace and second-degree harassment by the Harrison County prosecutor. They were, Bethany City statement. Let's see what this says. November
This
2nd,
year,
21.
it is now an ID state.
You can't. It's federally illegal. I understand that. I would fight that. If I ever go to Missouri and you ask me for my ID, what charges have been committed? The same way I do in California.
Yeah, when this video
Excuse
took
me.
place, it was a non-mandatory.
So on November 2nd, 2021, Travis Hines came into the City Hall approximately 9:15 a.m. Upon entering the building, Hines began repeatedly inquiry to the City Hall staff about parking regulations, parking availability in the immediate area. City Hall staff attempted to answer his questions. As the conversation progressed, City Hall staff became concerned about and uncomfortable. The department was called to City Hall as a security measure for the City Hall staff. Upon arriving at City Hall, the City of Bethany police officer questioned Mr. Hines. Mr. Hines refused to identify himself. Mr. Hines was placed on a 24-hour investigative hold at the Harrison County Detention Center. Mr. Hines was subsequently charged with disturbing the peace and second-degree harassment by the prosecutor's office. Those charges have been dismissed as of November 4th, 2021. City of Bethany, Missouri. Well,
It
Bethany,
took 2 days for them to throw it out. Yeah.
you get our go f yourself.
I saw this one today. This one's funny.
No way.
They've been scoping his car out for a couple days. First video was them driving back and forth and crawling under the car.
There's no fucking way. How did he catch him? It's just
He caught them scoping it out from his like ring camera, you know, not his ring, but the system
how much is it? $60 per?
that they get in recycle. They get through about half of the supports. He's shooting under the car and splashing them.
Get that motherfucker! You're done, bitch! You're done!
Oh, so he's stuck getting in the car.
Done, bitch! You're done!
I want to see, that's Sarah Mascoro 62. I want to see the other clips. So where is this? There's no links to any other. I'm just saying it could have been a real gun. They are very lucky.
Yes. Under normal circumstances, it does require a warrant. Under exigent circumstances, a warrant is not needed.
Exigent circumstances requires what? A full description.
Okay.
All you guys had was a Hispanic male. You had no clothes on. You had no kind of clothes. And exigent circumstance, it requires a full description.
Okay. I'm here to discuss with you. I'm not here to get yelling in a yelling match.
Yeah, because nobody just draw down on you with AR-15s. So I don't understand why you so calm, cool, and collected. It's just my house. I live here. Y'all just busted my door in and drew AR-15s on me for doing nothing more than washing my dog. I just got out of class. Now look at my front door. And you gonna sit here and tell me to calm down? I need names and badge numbers. I don't want to hear nothing else. I need names and badge numbers. That's it.
So apparently they misidentified this man.
This is like the third video I've seen in a while, or like
Cops
this
are
week.
stupid, man. There should be software facial tracking.
Have you seen the one where they're drilling this lady's door to break into her house and they find out they're at 1434 and not 1437?
No.
They've like
2018.
ruined her door.
Okay, so this is an old one. Basically, put this in front. So these guys are trying to steal catalytic converter.
Again. So I guess I didn't even find part one. This is part 2 that evening.
What is so hard?
It's 4 bolts in 2 parts, right?
No, but they're not unscrewing it. My wife's was sawzalled like this. Zzz, like that.
But there's 4 points and then 2 connectors on either side, right?
That's
Not
if
even?
They cut it.
Yeah.
They cut it. They don't unbolt it.
Yeah, no.
So they should be sawzalling it here. So 5 attempts.
Like, if you showed me a picture of a catalytic converter, I'm pretty sure I can get that off.
6 attempts.
Are these different people each time, or is this the same homeboy coming in?
It's different people each time. So 6 times, this man's...
So purple, that's the same guy. And then he had to go get a friend at some point?
I believe so.
She's got crazy long hair. Video 3.
Oh my God. See, my daughter had hair this long, and so we had to cut it. But that's crazy, because this is where...
And this is, she's California.
Well, yeah, it's only in California they pay this much. There's people from out of state that bring catalytic converters like this from out of state into California. And California doesn't give a shit. It's not one shit.
Dangerous goods, recyclables. We want them.
It's not even just that. It's that with a business license, I can send 100 a day. I could pay them $20 each catalytic converter and cash in 60, cash in 80, whatever.
You just need a bill of sale. There's no proof of source.
Proof. But if I take in 100 iPhones, I need serial numbers, IMEIs, date of purchase, IDs for every single purchase. Individual purchases. So somebody can bring me 100. If they're all clear, great, that's an ID, but then the government's got to go after them if any of them are stolen. But I lose my money when they seize them from me. This, not the same. There's not enough protecting.
Yeah, life can be super happy, life can be super sad. I'm trying super hard to separate the good and bad. I go back to my future just to get to my past, but knowing me, my DeLorean will probably crash.